No blood, no fire. You know how it's going down. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Fellas, how y'all feeling?
Feeling good, baby.
Hey, man, we back, man. It's no blood, no foul. And I got the gang with me. What's up, fellas? Introduce yourselves.
It's Fago, man. We in here.
What up, though? It's your boy, Jay Blood.
And I'm Uncle Smooth, and we got to cap out this amazing 22-23 high school season.
For sure.
Got to give props to all the champions that we have.
Hell of a season, man. Hell of a season.
I mean, it was just fun, bro. I feel like, we just gave it that extra oomph, you know what I mean? And I feel like the players did everything they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Games was fun, and, I had a real good time covering Michigan high school basketball. And let's get into these, state championships and the finals and all that. So, Division 4. We got to give love to Division 4.
Oh, yeah, they be on our head.
Unison took out Wyoming Trinity Christian. It was a good game, 39-37. And we got to show love to Unison. Let's just get that off top.
Yeah,
y'all ain't got to break it down.
Yeah.
Good job. Good effort.
Yeah, good effort. I know Vince was there to capture it all, as always. So big ups to him.
Mm-hmm.
Real MVP, Athlazon. But let's keep it moving and break down Division 3.
Mm-hmm.
This was a little interesting because, of course, in the Final Four, on one side we had Flint Beecher going up against E-Course.
Yeah.
Flint Beecher got the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked since before that game. So I just want to give any quick thoughts on, Robert Lee Jr., and, the role he was on to, get to where he is now.
No, man, but, early in the season when we had first covered him, I believe he was averaging like 30 points a game and caught our recognition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all had picked Flint Beecher to beat E-Course that game, like the tandem between him and Kevin Tiggs Jr., But in this championship game, man, it looked like he put the team on his shoulders and played some good basketball, man, led them to a victory.
So Flint Beecher, they won their 10th state title, second most in MHSAA history behind River Rouge. And, man, great season. They just took out Traverse City St. Francis. I know Jay touched on it a little bit as far as, Robert Lee was on our radar. But what else about Flint Beecher do you mess with, Joe? And, any props you want to give out?
I want to shout out my boy Keese. Yeah. Congratulations, man. He was a teammate of mine in AAU back in the family. Always been like a team guy, bring energy, you know what I'm saying? To see him coaching the team and be, that into it, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see for the youth, you know what I'm saying? And seeing him build a team and to win a state title, man, that's big time.
Robert Lee, he had 29 and 11 in the championship game against Traverse City St. Francis, and they won 64-50. I just want to give props as well, just like y'all did. We kind of called it. We knew they was coming out because we seen them multiple times, and we had faith in them boys.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, for sure.
They did what they had to do. It's always good to see them with the trophy, getting that Kobe on in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So big ups to them, man. I know they turned up. I'm sorry, in Beecher. They don't play that.
Has Robert Lee committed anywhere yet?
Great question.
No, I don't think he committed anywhere. I know he got multiple offers, I believe.
I mean, well, hopefully this victory, man, shine some more light on him. But it ain't nothing wrong with going to D2 for 1 year or, just building your resume. But he's a good player.
And anybody scoring 29 and 11 in a championship game, they most definitely gonna open up some eyes, man.
Yeah.
So, and best of luck to him moving forward.
Yeah, big ups to him, man. And of course, we're gonna touch on that later when we talk, college, high school, NIL, and just the state of affairs moving forward. But to get into Division 2, that Final Four was kind of, lit. I ain't gonna lie. Ferndale, of course, came out on top. And I'm real proud of the Eagles, you know what I mean? I've been riding with them for some years now. And, they beat Grand Rapids South Christian, and it was 44-38. So, Cameron Reed had a good game. It was like, low-scoring game for the most part.
Yeah.
But they came out on top, man, and I'm, I don't know what to say about Juan Rickman and the squad. I'm just happy to see them get it, man.
One thing I did hear was Cam was, like, everywhere, bro. I heard defensively he was, leading the force on the defensive end. Yeah. But I was happy for Ferndale, man, to go ahead and get, a state championship. Beating a good Grand Rapids South Christian team. I think they're very well coached, but I think Coach Rickman for sure is like one of the best coaches in the state of Michigan. When we interviewed him at the Christmas tournament, man, energy was A1. He understood the mission as far as like, we might not be where we want to be right now, but I guarantee you that we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make our run. We're gonna figure it out and make our run. Yeah. And looking here to today, man, fast forward to today, they the state champions, man. And Cameron Reed, I just want to shout out Cameron Reed. I ain't gonna stay on it too long, but I did want to shout out Cameron Reed. He seemed like he took that leadership role to another level during the second half of the season, on the offense and defensive end, man. So, man, big shout out to them guys.
Before I go, Ferndale didn't win last year, right?
Nah. Lost in the Final Four.
Yeah, so that's even a bigger shout out.
2 years.
Yeah, that's even a bigger shout out to Rickman to lose, you know, his best player and rebound this year and kind of start off slow. Yeah. And I know one thing about me, like after I play basketball, you know, the first thing that people suggest you should get into is coaching. And when I see the dedication that some of these high school coaches have, it's like, no, I ain't no coach.
Right. Yeah, I could do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
bro. That's like
the dedication and how much they care to put in the work to build. Because it seemed like a short time ago for us when we interviewed them. Yeah. But, you know, if you think about every day having to put in the work with kids and get them to understand and buy in to win a championship,
it's tough.
It's tough.
Especially when, you know, like you said, you lose your two best players. Yeah. Looking around, you got a losing record. You like, man, how can – and then you win a championship?
And you win a championship.
I'm playing team ball, solid defense, and I know Chris Williams had 16 points in that championship game. I want to shout out him. And, you know, everybody is – you know, everybody happy in Ferndale right now, man.
And to the kids, it's like appreciate the coaches in your life that really care about you. Because at the high school level, you know, I don't want to say every high school coach, because everybody have bad experiences. But this is like the last level that a coach is really going to care about you outside of on that court or whatever to, you know, achieve a common goal.
And that's real talk. Like y'all remember at the beginning of the season when we did the preseason interviews with the players. Trent, Chris, Cam, they all was rocking with Coach Rickman. You know what I'm saying? They had mad love for him. So, man, this is just a beautiful thing to see overall, man. Just see how they manifested their championship, man. So, congratulations.
Shout out to Lloyd Coles. That's my cousin, man. He was on the staff too, man.
Vic Hamilton, baby. Shout out to my guy Vic.
Too.
O2, we in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, man, moving on. Let's talk a little, you know, Division I. So, of course, in the Final Four, Cass took out Grand Blanc, which was an outstanding game, and we got to touch on it just because of how it ended. It went to overtime. Cheeks hit a three-pointer off the glass, called glass, sent them to overtime, and they end up getting the best of Grand Blanc in overtime. And on the other side, of course, you got Muskegon against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And, you know, Trey and the Eaglets lost a convincing loss, I would say, to Muskegon. You know, Jordan Briggs played really good, man, and they was hitting shots. Coaching staff in Muskegon, crispy, bro. I'm talking about
dressed to impress.
Yeah, dressed to impress. You know, looking like the Black Pat Riley. You know, the head coach and the assistant. So I want to give them some props for getting to the finals. And then, of course, in the finals, Cass played Muskegon. Cass got that dub. Cheeks and the boys win the first ever title for Cass Tech. Never been done. As we talked about, of course, you know, he claimed it early. So I kind of want y'all to just touch on everything, bro. So maybe we can start with that first Final Four matchup, Cass versus Grand Blanc, and then work our way down to what happened.
Okay.
Thoughts on that game and the heroics by Cheeks, man.
I mean, Cheeks is one of the most, like, unpredictable, like, as far as taking over a game. Like, you usually can feel when someone is about to take over a game or, you know, you can catch the rhythm of them, you know, getting the ball in their hands and stuff like that. But as far as, like, just hitting that shot, you know, because it was a period when he didn't touch the ball. And to be locked in and have that much composure to get that shot at the top of the key and knock it down.
Off glass is what's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know the other team was, checking their books like, yo, we to the chip. You feel me?
Hey,
we to the chip, man. But
he
breaks hearts, man. He's a new heartbreak kid, baby.
Hey, man, he always on time, dog. Like, he always on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what we heard, like you said, he ain't touched the whole fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Showed up big, late. It's been multiple games like that, man, where, you know what I'm saying, it's like
kind of turn it on right when he needed to.
Yeah, man. Like, and he's done it like that's the impressive thing to me, man, just to continuously
sophomore, bro.
Continuously finding ways to win games.
And he was trying to get the rock at points late in the game. And it looked like Cass made a couple mistakes that might have cost him the game. So to see the like change of events was crazy for me. I thought RJ Taylor had a good game. Also the big fella, his name's escaping me right now.
Shout out to RJ Taylor though.
For sure.
We do gotta shout him out a little bit just for the tremendous high school career that he had. You know what I'm saying? Making back to the Final Four his senior year.
That's 3 straight Final Fours. Like in Class A, that is not easy.
That is,
bro.
yeah,
so
that's hard. Yeah,
most definitely want to shout out RJ Taylor on that.
Tay Boy, right? That's what I'm thinking of. Tay Boy, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Shout out to Tory Jackson too, though.
No, for sure. First year coaching.
This
far, man.
At Breslin.
Yeah,
that's another former player that's re-energizing our youth.
I love it, man, and to keep it moving. So they got that game. They got out of there, and I was scared at the end because when CJ was pushing it up, he passed it. It was the play, of course, but he passed it. Cheeks right in transition. It was like. It was amazing, man. I feel like he got a lot of late game heroics on some Dame Lillard type of vibes, and how many buzzer beaters he hit? Well, he had some good ones, good enough.
Yeah,
it don't even matter. But what do you feel about Muskegon? Versus, of course, Orchard Lake and the game that Trey had, and I guess the game plan they had against him. So
I feel like Muskegon was a sleeper team. We seen them early in the year when we interviewed Jordan Briggs, and we knew, like, okay, they're a problem. You know what I'm saying? They were a senior team. And I think Trey just, ran – like I said before, playing on Breslin court is different.
You called that.
You know what I'm saying? And he ran up against a energized senior team that was trying to make a name for themselves. Like they said over and over, we trying to make a name for the west side of the state.
Yeah.
Right.
So, with the performances that Trey had leading up to it, like I said before the cameras was on, he played 4 championship games before this game. And he still walked away strong with 20 points.
Yeah.
So he just ran up into a tough senior-led team that was hungry.
Yeah, man. That run that he had, like we said, the teams that he knocked out, man, we was talking earlier, I kind of compared it to, a heavyweight fighter knocking out Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, and Joe Frazier, and then having to fight Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like hella impressed, like, by that run. Like we said, sophomore. We wasn't expecting – I know I wasn't expecting them to get this far originally, but – the wins that he had, man, I thought that was like one of the most impressive runs I ever seen by a sophomore.
For real.
It was just that I knew that I wanted them to win, but I knew Muskegon has like seniors that were motivated to play. Jordan Briggs, I thought he did a great job. He looked like he's gotten better over the year. From when last time we seen him down in Ferndale up into the final, all the way up to the championship game, man, it looked like he improved his game. So excited to see him in at Wayne State. I know we talking about Trey.
Wayne State got a good player.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Sure. Sidnor, was kind of guarding Trey a little bit, kind of coming to the challenge. And, of course, it was a good team scheme, I felt like, to kind of, get him to force some shots. And it just looked like he never really got comfortable as he normally does. And it was just a good team effort. And Muskegon, they just kept fighting on offense, bro. It was, like, hard to kind of – they was hitting shots, too. So they did what they had to do and got to that championship game. So I know we were let me speak for myself. I wanted to see Cass versus Orchard Lake in the sophomore battle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we all did, bro.
And Muskegon upset that. So I respect them for that, man.
Right.
And they went up against Cass, and it was a good game. I know that it was a close game for the most part. And Muskegon kind of got back into it third quarter. Ended up taking the lead by 1, and then Cass did what they do, man. And that press was just there, man. So what about the game plan, Steve Hall and Cass had up against Muskegon to take them out?
We watched them numerous times this year, Cass. But Steve Hall seemed like he had them boys on steroids in that championship game, bro.
Yeah.
I never seen that press like that the whole year, bro.
It was
Like
tired.
they kept the ball out of Jordan Briggs' hands the entire game. The entire first half, which kind of dictated the pace of the game.
Yeah, muddied up the waters.
Yeah. Shout out to Steve Hall. And I was watching the game, and they said Steve Hall makes his players run under a 6-minute mile every week.
Every week?
Just
That's what they said. They had to. Maybe every month. I don't know.
It gotta be every.
No, but that's how that press looks.
Yeah, just to keep
you
them
know what I'm
fresh.
saying?
I like that.
That's how that press looks. Steve Hall,
I'm putting that in my book.
Steve Hall on some other shit with that, man.
Feeling that. Hey, man.
I ain't gonna lie, it look like they do that. Like the way they play, you know what I'm saying? It does look like they in some great shape, man. A-Cuff, man, he one of one. He's somebody that we had our eye on the whole year, man. And it seemed like the chemistry between the coaches, the players, it seemed like they all was on the same frequency, man. And man, I was just so excited to see these guys go ahead and pull it out. Trayvon Cooper, man, last episode, you
said he was gonna be the X Factor too.
X Factor, man. He had 19 points along with A-Cuff, man. And I was just happy to see him go out there and play his game. It seemed like in this Final Four, man, he found his way, man, found his rhythm. And I was happy to see him, contribute to the level that he did for Cass Tech and help to bring the state championship home.
He played big all year as a senior. Like he was the one piece that I saw, like, okay, he's playing like a senior, and whenever they get into them shaky moments, he's gonna make a play. And he did that with shots, steals, or whatever he had to do.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we already know, like he's 6'4", maybe 6'4", you know what I'm saying? But the one thing that they were saying was Cass ain't have no size. But it's like, man, when you got some dog in your heart, bro, it don't really matter about the size, and that's what he was showing the whole season. Like he was playing against guys that was taller than him, strong.
Wait, you talking about
Trayvon Cooper?
Yeah, I was talking about Kenneth Robertson.
Oh, my bad.
Trayvon Cooper a senior too?
Yeah, he a senior.
Okay, I was talking about Kenneth Robertson with the big plays, as far as like shooting and rebounding.
No, for sure, he did. Kenneth Robinson most definitely he earned my respect this year. The whole season being a guy that was the knockdown shooter and making clutch plays as well.
He was the other like decision maker, ball handler, scorer for them that would get it done when Cuff couldn't. But you was talking about dog or whatever.
Trayvon,
yeah. Like Coach Steve Hall was like in one of the timeouts. He was like, "I need more effort, more dog, more effort, more dog." You know, so it's like that's what they live by. That's what they preaching, and I'm not surprised to see them win, man. 27-1 on the year. They got that one loss at the buzzer. You know what I mean? To their brother Rice. So it's like, man, they were almost completed. I mean, I'm sure they'd rather had a championship than that game back. You know what I mean?
Steve Hall gonna be talking choppy this whole summer, ain't he?
Oh man, what?
Hey,
you know his swag about to be totally different.
Hey, shout out to Cass though. First state championship
First
in school history.
I mean, we gotta it was a lot of criticism towards them throughout the whole season, bro. Talking about they ain't played nobody, they strength the schedule, this, that, and the other.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to take the time out to salute Coach Steve Hall, man, on a well done job of coaching these young guys and leading them to a state championship, man.
Is it okay to say right now that he's a Athlazon Coach of the Year candidate?
Candidate
for sure.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
Just a candidate, you know what I mean?
Sure.
A little foreshadow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But shout out to all the squads that did their thing. I do want to kind of transition and get into next year a little bit now that this season's over. You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody's back in the lab. I know I got a couple pops like, hey, my son already back in the lab, just so you know, here go the clips.
I know A-Cuff, I seen his story. He said, who ready to play at 5?
Damn, he with it.
After the championship game, he back
He with it. After he had the buffs on in the press conference, man, I left the buffs at home by mistake, man. I was coming like cuff today, man. I got my green on, I was ready, dog. But yeah, man, shout out to them. And I just wanted to touch on the runs this summer. Them underground Athlazon invite only runs. It's exclusive. If you win there, you special. You know what I mean? So even if you watching, I was watching some of the runs like I can't believe I've been here, dog. In the stands, you know what I mean? So the runs is coming up, and we're gonna be able to see who's like taking their game to the next level in this training season, AAU season. So any names you're looking forward to, like coming in the next year? Anybody? Because a lot of seniors leaving.
It's 2 names that stick out, or 3 actually, and the 3 that we talked to while we was at the St. Mary's game.
Yeah.
Chaz Lulis.
Yep.
Keyshawn Fisher.
Yep.
And then Warren Marshall.
Yeah.
All right. Those 3 right there, man.
Can I throw Tyler Spratt with that or no?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, most definitely throw Tyler Spratt
with the juniors.
You know, I called them 3 out. The reason because they linked up with us after the game, after the St. Mary's North Farmington game. You know what I'm saying? And they were 3 players that we were talking about, and we were high on the whole season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to bring to their teams next year. But I ain't gonna lie, Warren Marshall. I'm super excited to see him this summer. I want to see what he does on the AAU circuit.
Me too, man. And if it's any AAU squads that need a little extra coverage, you know, we are available here at Athlazon. You know, we got all type of packages available. Just tap in, you know, with our CEO. You know, we can get that done. But on top of that,
they got to pay their fare though.
Hey,
you got to pay your fare.
Pay your fare.
Pay your fare.
Pay your fare. See, boy. Hey, that's for the old heads out there, man. So look, man. As far as like other like you said, the juniors coming back, the sophomores gonna be juniors, and it's a lot of new freshmen coming in too. Now I don't want to go too crazy because I want to like spotlight all the incoming freshmen on maybe like a nice little segment on the episode coming up because I'm getting a lot of highlights in. But I feel like next season gonna be even more turn. We got the sophomores coming back from for the Eaglets at St. Mary's. We gonna have Cheeks. I want to see his whole new cast. A couple seniors gonna be leaving, so and I know players may transfer over.
You know, Trey getting his boys back. Trey said, I got my boys back with me this go around, so that's gonna be interesting to see.
Plus incoming freshmen, you know, St. Mary's always get somebody, and then like we said, Warren Marshall with Brother Rice. The big 3 seniors is gone, so it's kind of a whole new regime. So it's a lot of different storylines. Phoenix Glasnor, and we're gonna see him kind of do his thing. And
what's his homie? What's his homie that's with him? He cold.
Armani Portis. He gonna be a junior next year, right, or a senior?
He gonna be a junior, right? Armani Portis, bro, last game that he had against
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yo, he went off, bro, and I didn't know he was that good. Yeah. But he made a lot of plays, man, in the clutch, like you know what I mean, to let people know he here. So
yeah, he got some whips, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him next season, man.
Me too. It's a whole lot of. Then Old Redford.
Redford.
The young boys gonna be back. So it's
I know we talk about Quan a lot. I know because like Quan tough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He deserves all the recognition he getting. I feel like Kilgore is like he under the radar, but I like him as a tough guard, man. I'm excited to see what he gonna do.
I like his finishes around the rim too. You got a little attitude. I like that, man. So it's so much to like really focus on. So we're gonna of course regroup and do our assessments, and I know we're gonna have an end of the year rankings.
Are we? I don't know if we're gonna rank them.
Oh, y'all, we doing that.
We gonna rank it?
Oh, we doing that. We gotta do that.
You don't want to rank after the summer? Or?
Man, no, we gotta do an end of the year rankings.
Okay.
We gotta cap it out.
Hey,
because there's a couple players that gotta rise up.
We're gonna do a Super 25, or it's like regardless of class, or we doing class.
Are we gonna still do the seniors this year?
We got to do them damn seniors.
We
got to do the seniors, dog. We got to.
Hell yeah. Who else go up?
You said who?
Rod go up a little bit on the list.
Tyler
go up on the junior list, and then
Tyler senior.
Oh, you talking about Jameson?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Spratt. My bad.
Spratt most definitely going up.
Talking about the seniors at point.
Yeah, you right. Yeah. Tyler got to go up. Who else?
Ooh-wee.
Brother Rice. Who else got to go up? X. I know X got to go
up. X got to go up.
X got to go up. X got to go up.
For sure got to go up.
X got to go up.
So players might drop too.
I'm excited to see X in college, though. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Yeah, I want to see.
I'm excited to see X in college, man. But
me too. Yeah, at Toledo with Sonny. I've been thinking a lot, doing a lot of research. What senior are you looking forward to, seeing the most in college this year? Is it Kurt at Louisville?
To be honest, man, I'm excited to see almost all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the first year that I really like followed from beginning to end. So to see Kurt at Louisville, to see Ra at UAD, to see Sonny at Toledo, to see X at Toledo,
Chuck at Evansville. We got, I don't know where Malik going.
Yeah,
but I'm interested to see where he go.
Yeah,
and so then players like that went prep. Who's going prep?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing wrong with prep. I feel like prep is necessary.
Prep.
One player in prep that's from here, man, that I'm super excited to see, man, at Arizona State, Braylon Green.
Because that's who would have been the number one senior. I don't want to say it.
No.
No, wait.
He's cold.
He's going to be a senior, or he was a senior.
Yeah, he's a senior.
Damn, years go by fast.
Yeah, went by quick. I had seen Braylon at the Motor City Cruise game, man, and I'm just like, damn, he was supposed to be in this. Yeah, he got taller, but I'm super excited to see him at Arizona State, man. I think he's gonna do some good things.
I think his pop did a good job of picking Arizona State. You know what I'm saying? They got a history of being a player-friendly school, organization.
Get your wiggle on.
Get your wiggle. And he likes to handle the ball. He plays hard. It's gonna be an open floor just over in the Pac. Is it still in the Pac-10?
Pac-12, yeah.
Pac-12, So I think that's.
I love the Pac-12s for like Detroit players.
Yeah.
I think we touched on it before.
Yeah.
We talked about Keon, Minfield.
Yeah.
But like, I like that up and down because sometimes a lot of these Big Ten schools and MAC, you got to kind of a different brand of basketball.
Different style of play. Most definitely.
So but yeah, big ups to him too, man. So it's a lot going on, and I kind of want to touch on as far as transfer portal. The recruitment process, NIL deals, Michigan, different rules we have here that may be holding us back. And I don't know how to petition the MHSAA and the 780 schools that's a part of it, but like some rules got to change as far as like playing competition in other states, everything. So like, what's y'all thoughts on this whole process and
that's the one thing
and stuff? And
I'm gonna just start with the last part you had left off as far as like them not allowing us
rules.
to play outside schools. Like they gotta get that back in here, man. Especially with the talent that's surrounded in the Midwest area, because there's a lot of good players in Ohio, Illinois.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I would love to see our top players play against the top players from other states. You know what I mean? Especially with them having, big rankings as well. You know what I'm saying? So. I think the state of Michigan, they gotta open that back up so we can see,
or us go other
or
places.
us go out. You know what I'm saying, and play against other teams.
because I know Culver will pull up to Sierra Canyon with no problem.
Most definitely.
So it's like we gotta like, I wanna get that going, and I know NIL deals, it don't make sense for a top notch player to kind of stay put.
Yeah, why Michigan got to be the last to do everything? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it falls on our kids with like just experience. I know. Back in our day, I think that's one of the reasons why when we committed to outside state schools that we were always so homesick, because we ain't never really been nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Experience other things. So it's like with this, like the travel thing has always been a big issue. You know what I'm saying?
So the states got a touch? Is that kind of?
Yeah, something like that. And then it's like also when it used to be like the All-Star rule, it was like when Adidas was doing the All-Star game, people from Michigan couldn't play in it.
Damn.
We was the only state that couldn't play in that Adidas All-Star game. And that was
That's crazy.
that was the platform for people to really be like the number one or number two or potentially NBA draft pick. So it's like that's another thing that goes into like just the marketing and all the stuff that we so far behind when it comes to other states.
Yeah, they gotta take the handcuffs off, and I would love that whoever running MHSAA tap in with no blood, no foul, so we can sit down, maybe ask some questions.
We gotta do some research to see how we can figure it out, because I know it's like composed of like all the schools and the athletic directors or something like that.
Coach Webster put something on Facebook, like some people's complaining about, oh, is this? They like become a part of the committee. He put the link down. I was like.
Okay.
I fuck around, need to sign up.
For real.
for real.
Inside man in there. So,
yeah.
All right. Now, Imani Bates, he's one of Michigan's own. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe he's declaring for the draft. We've posed this question multiple times throughout this year. Any thoughts on that if it's official and if he goes? Like, I know, I feel like it's the best decision to make. And I feel like y'all said it as well, but now that it's official.
I think he's been being critiqued and judged like he in the NBA already without getting NBA benefits.
Right.
So, like, Stan doesn't do him any benefit. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be out there.
We're only going to nitpick his game more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if it's true, like, shout out to him, man. We here for you. You know what I'm saying? He's an NBA talent. Let's get it.
Tap in with Monty. We would love to have you on the show, but I think that also think that it's good for him to go ahead and dip out from Eastern Michigan. He had a great season. Just say if Imani Bates wasn't recognized the way he was, and he had them same numbers. Like, he just came in as Joe Jackson or something. We just say, like, Joe Jackson. Dude, he would have been first team All-MAC. He would have been first team or second team at least, averaging those type of numbers and those percentages. I just think that, with the name, man, it kind of like.
I couldn't imagine being Imani Bates at the age he was and being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Was it Sports Illustrated or ESPN?
Yeah. Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated and going back to school. Or walking down the street getting the J's.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying, going to Coney and getting some Coney, bro. Like, that's just that's just trouble happening.
Even imagine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's way different, bro. Like, people don't even, like, I think when NBA teams or just colleges, like, look at him and judge him, it's like, you got to take that into account, too. Like,
forgetting that one part.
Yeah, like, the infrastructure that he needs around him, like, during that time. Like, y'all sitting up in here in y'all best hotels and going to get continental breakfast.
He in the trenches.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He in the trenches going to Coney. What y'all expect, bro?
Like, somebody going to understand the journey. Somebody in the NBA going to understand that shit, and they going to get them, and they going to get a promising player.
I think it needs to be like a mentorship program in the NBA, or just not just the NBA, just wherever, where it's like you understand where a kid is coming from. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to talk their language too, because if you ain't talking their language, they ain't gonna hear you.
And that's why, but like with the whole vets thing in the league, how they don't really keep vets around the squad no more, or how, like, I seen Dame Lil talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah,
how it's like that he had multiple vets that didn't play, but had games.
Exactly.
They just gave him games, showing him how to be a pro.
There you go.
That shit matter, bro.
Big time. So I would love to see him go to like somewhere like a Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Get KD or like a player of that nature that's like that got love.
That's big time. You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's the thing that I think it sounds like we kind of segueing into the NBA, but I think that's what's hurting the NBA a little bit now, is because they just going super young with everybody and not giving key guys that earn respect in this game a spot in the NBA. Yeah. Because a young talent, even if you think you better than him, you're going to have respect for somebody that's older than you that had game and did something. You're going to listen a little different.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Not just they like to put them boys on the team.
Man.
Them what they call them, good locker room guys.
Yeah, right.
Ain't nobody listening to them niggas for real. They just keeping it quiet and just
collecting checks, bro. That's all they doing.
What you mean, man? Jared Dudley deserved them checks, man. He was a locker room guy for years. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what's the name, man?
I'm gotta drop names. I ain't supposed to do that. So,
but no, man, they most definitely. I think the veteran presence, like, like the good vets. You know what I'm saying? Like the cats that's really gonna give you the game and to help you succeed in what it is that you're trying to do. They're not out there trying to get no minutes. They just trying to, like, they be in that supporting cast.
No, but they try. It ain't nothing wrong with them trying to get minutes either, because that you know what I'm saying. That's
you might
good.
Find a spot on somewhere else.
That's good competition that keeps the younger generation that's on the team kind of in line and on their game.
No, for sure.
You feel me?
But then you got like the UDs as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, did y'all see that?
No. Hold on, what?
Did y'all see the Donis Haslam clip, bro?
No, dog.
No.
Pull it up, dog.
like this,
dog. He was hot as bro. It's like, yo.
He said it's officially his last year.
Yeah. We need him to be doing that face in front of his own television, because that spot could be there for somebody that could help.
Bro, they was, hey,
Listen, he is an assistant coach.
they was playing the Indiana Pacers, bro. Getting blasted by like 15 to 20, bro. UD was on the bench, the hottest. I can't believe this shit.
Hey, you need that though, because you know.
Yeah, it's both sides though.
kinda need
but
that.
you also need
It's like,
somebody like that can still do some.
Yeah,
That you can throw them out there, and they be like, "Yo,
somebody still getting buckets in practice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a UD, like not only all right.
Y'all think he practiced?
Do we?
My question to y'all. So we need more UDs that can like still get.
No, I'm
buckets.
saying
Still
I like,
get
bro.
buckets, bro.
I need the good vest that's gonna push you. You know what I'm saying? Like in practice, that's gonna guide you. Like when I was younger, bro, like playing overseas, it was a older cat named Johnny McNeil, bro. Old as didn't play, but you know what I'm saying. Johnny was like there to keep the morale. A1, hey youngie, shit, man, keep going to the basket, bro.
Yeah.
Can't stop you, dog. Like
man.
them type of cats. You know what I'm saying? They good to have around, man.
So do we need like an extra roster spot? Because right now it's like you get 17 off
all that money they getting
two-way players and 15 plus the 2. It's
no,
like,
they just need the right people in the right position, using their own mind instead of being followers, picking the right players. That's what they need.
Big facts.
Instead of being
so GMs, real decision makers.
Well, there's some vets that know how to play the game as well. You know what I'm saying?
agree.
That might not be in the best interest of the team, but them vets, dog, that really, you know what I'm saying, put the time in, put the work in, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to the game, and they want what's best for the squad.
Yeah.
I think those type of guys, most definitely, you need them on your squad.
Yeah, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, that boy still got buckets, man. He got buckets in him, man. You know what I mean? Players like, I like that, but, you know, closer to when he retired.
Yeah.
Because you see what he did in Big 3. You know what I mean?
He was cooking it out there.
So I love it, man. I want to keep it moving and kind of tap back into the league.
yeah.
So with high school kind of ending, we're kind of like transitioning back into the league a little bit more because we heavy high school Michigan hoops. And of course, right now we got the tournament. I know, unfortunately, your boys at Michigan State. They lost to Kansas State. We haven't covered it yet. It was a great game, man. Mr. New York City, I can't say enough about him, dog. Like
20 and
what
19.
is he 5? What is he 5'8", 5'9"?
Yeah.
5'10" with some heels on. Like what we doing? Like
Man, bro, yo, he a problem.
like about
That's what
5'8".
he is. That's what he is. He a problem. 20 and 19 against State, bro. That was crazy. My favorite play was like him and the coach going back and forth,
And
dog.
threw the
He
oop.
just threw the loop,
God,
bro. I
man.
was like, damn, that shit was sick. But
so like players like that dominate college basketball a lot. We've seen it happen before, of course, as they talked about. How can that transition to the league, if at all, or is that just for college? But what's your thoughts on them smaller players and that make big impacts? Like I'm hoping to see that for Kareem Rozier, at Duquesne. So just that vibe, that ultimate leader. I'm a dish to rock. I'm just team first. Like why is it so effective there, but it don't always translate to the league?
it's a great question.
Is it the
man.
reason why that y'all can kind of see offhand, or?
I mean, I think the NBA is also like opportunity too.
Okay.
So it's like I know the biggest thing for me was like you playing against bigger, athletic, and longer guys, and you need time to adjust to that. Because like for me, the biggest transition in the NBA wasn't scoring a rock; it was passing it. Because how you know what I'm saying, the angles is different. Yeah, they stealing. You know what I'm saying? So I think like a guy like Marcus Noel is like when you're a shorter guy, you're already on the shorter leash.
Okay.
So you gotta understand the pressure he's going in. They already got these question marks
Off top.
Yeah. So any player is gonna have an adjustment period, but his might like look worse. You know what I'm saying? Like if he come in and he turned the ball over, they like, see, he too small.
Right. Okay.
Or he get see right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just he has to be he got to be even sharper with his tools to not make those mistakes, even though a taller guy may make the same mistakes.
And we've seen it with Jameer Nelson back in the day or whatever. When he came in, he made a big impact, I feel like. But
he was like he was a lottery pick, wasn't he?
Yeah. Jameer
You know what I'm saying? It's different. You got a longer leash when you're a lottery pick.
Yeah, and he had that jumper that was kind of kind of wet. But I love pass first point guards like that. You know what I mean? I feel like help. But as far as Michigan State, I kind of want to talk about them. I was reading somebody's post. I can't think of who it was. I ain't think of who it was. But that, but just speaking in regards to like having talent on the bench that you feel like it helped. And of course we played great. I'm gonna give a shout out to all the players on the squad that got burned, but
They played great.
It's a couple players on the bench that might have could have contributed. Do you have any thoughts on that in that process?
I want to say one thing. Just one thing. I watched that game, and I thought Jaden Akins played a great game against Kansas State. Right,
That big three.
He had a big three.
Yeah.
He got subbed out in the second half. I don't know why, but maybe rotations. It was late in the second half, maybe 7 to 6 minutes left in the game. Kansas State went an 8-0 run as soon as Jaden came out the game.
Wow.
And I thought Jaden was playing great on offense, but even better on defense. Like he was, being a pest on defense. And when they took him out, Kansas State went on the 8-0 run.
So seeing that, how did that for one, how did it make you feel? And what did you was it?
I didn't understand. I didn't understand, but coaches, they always had their own method to their madness. You know what I'm saying? I was confused because I thought he was playing good basketball.
Right.
And the game was tight. You know what I'm saying? It was a tight game. He subbed out. They went on an 8-0 run. When he came back, they brought the game, got back close. But for me, my takeaway from that game, I thought Michigan State, they just lost a tough game, man. Like Kansas State hit some tough shots, bro. Like Noel hitting that runner off the glass, dog, with time expiring on the shot clock.
He just one of them. It was just
one of them good games.
College basketball.
March Madness, bro. That's why it's called March Madness. But
look, Kansas State win. Who you talking about?
Huh?
If Kansas State wins, who we talk about? We talk about Noel. You know what I mean?
Noel, most definitely.
But if Michigan State would have won, who we gonna be talking about?
Is
big facts.
That might be
T to the
I ain't gonna lie though. If Michigan State would have won that game, I ain't gonna lie. I would have talked about Hogarth, bro.
Hey, I like
who would have? You would have?
I would have talked about Hogarth, bro. I thought
not the media though.
I thought in the game, big facts, but I thought in the game, bro, he made a whole bunch of clutch plays, talking cash. Bro, he was there backing up everything that he was talking on the court, bro. I liked his game. Strong and ones, left-hand finishes.
Even the game before that, he just tough, bro. Just getting to the rack.
The problem I have is a guy like Pierre on the bench. This is like his second year being on the bench. Is no replacement for game time experience.
None,
you can do whatever you want in practice and all this, but it's nothing like those moments in big time games
to get that experience.
To prepare for next year. And I feel like, just for him, it's like, okay, whatever differences you had with him as far as sitting him out for mostly this entire year, it's like preparing for next year, what are you going off of? You know what I'm saying? And you played that card, and y'all really only made the 16. Like, we treat Michigan State like they're North Carolina, Duke, or whatever. Yeah. But everybody was celebrating like this was Central Michigan making the 16.
No, big
I can see if it was Central Michigan making it, it'd be different. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean,
it's to be expected.
Should like after 25, 30 years, if he win next year, we just gonna be happy. I guess we are, but I ain't.
I mean, when you talking about Izzo, man, like, look, bro, look.
First off, I be really wanting to know, like, your thought process on like why you think like that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be more interesting to me. So to understand it from your point of view, and I'm like, damn, you're right, because you're right. But it's like, from the other standpoint, it's working. And like, when we winning, it's working. When we lose, it's like, damn, you know what? Did it really work? You know what I mean? Like, it really didn't work.
Like, what's the definition of it working?
Getting further in the tournament.
Okay.
So, like,
before they got accepted into the tournament, how was the year?
I thought it was like mid.
It was mid.
Yeah, it was like, we could be doing better than this.
Okay, let me give a Izzo. I think is one of the best X's and O's coaches to coach, period.
Okay.
Like, that's something you cannot deny with Izzo. You know what I'm saying? But I think his strength is also his weakness, because he depends so much on X's and O's. He doesn't give talent that, that push to just have freedom and to,
It's kind of what we talked
like
about
you can have
overcoaching.
Yeah, overcoaching. You can have a game plan, but it's going to come down to the players at some point.
Big facts.
You feel me? And if that's not practice during the whole season, when the moments come up, you know what I'm saying? You just depending on X's and O's.
And I like even when I saw like in the second half, late in the second half, like Hogard, he was getting off really wasn't system stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like, bro, I'm just about to take this game over, which is rare in the Michigan State situation. To piggyback on what Joe's saying, I think that if they were more like that and used to playing like that, then they might be a little bit more successful.
Free.
I'll say this. I don't want to take away nothing from Hogard or, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to take away from none of them. But I feel like Pierre has a different type of game. Like, we know Pierre to shoot threes. Yeah. We know Pierre to shoot step backs. Izzo is more confident in either a big man posting up, hook, or a strong player driving. And, you know what I'm saying?
Got
he doesn't like step backs and, you know what I'm saying? But if you did support some players like that, they will rise to the occasion in those situations.
Get buckets.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, but that's not Izzo's fault. You got to know where you going to and what's been the style of play and what he likes. Like,
you know what I'm saying, man, like it's so like this is go back to what we was talking about as far as like when you picking a school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why when I remember I was in JUCO, it was like I was dissecting damn near every school that was recruiting me, trying to see like who was leaving, who playing my position. Like, how many minutes did they play? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be opportunity? You know what I'm saying? But you had said something earlier in the year as far as, like, it's hard when you got somebody that's just that good of a recruiter telling you, like, hey, man, you come here, like, this is you. You know what I'm saying? Your time will be now. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do your own research. You know what I'm saying?
I got a story about that. When I was in college, I shot a step back. You know what I'm saying? And the next day in film, we watched that play for at least like 30 minutes.
Same play. The
same play, saying we could have got a better shot. It was a good shot though. Like, I drove to the elbow, got contact, boom, shot it.
Right.
He watched it for 30 minutes in front of the whole team, said we could have got a better shot. You know what the worst thing about that is? I made the shot.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So just think of like the mental, what it puts your mind through.
No, for sure.
As far as like the next time
you mental fortitude to like really like be strong who you are, your decision, and without letting that break you.
Now, and are you gonna do it again? Because if you do it again and you miss, you might sit.
Yeah, ain't no might.
You will sit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that's tough because, you know, I feel like that's a confidence killer because you probably thought like, man, that's a good shot. I felt good. You know what I mean? But then it's like, man, when they dissect that shit like that, like, man, we could have. It make you think twice almost. Like, it's damn near tearing down who you naturally are. You know what I'm saying? The basketball player. You know what I mean? So.
And what you think happens when you get down into the moments and the coach draw up a play, and we all know when the coach draw up a play and then the defense happen, something happens to where the play doesn't just automatically work like that. Right. Now, who's going to improvise? Are you going to go improvise and go shoot that step back? Or are you going to stutter and try to pass it and turn the ball over?
And get a better shot.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Facts.
That's the flip. So it's like that's what our young players that's going to college, all our seniors, they got to kind of be ready for that. Understand it's a little politics that may go into play. But just stay the course, stay focused, and, you know,
gotta stay
that's
the
the advice y'all giving. Like, that's what it is. Just stay focused. Keep your mental strong no matter what these coaches throw at you.
I feel like you just got to know who you are.
Okay. And don't lose your confidence.
Yeah,
you got to have faith in yourself, man. Your faith in yourself, man, it cannot be broken. You got to be confident in who you are.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, man, I want to get into the league. We ain't touched on the league in a minute. And it's a lot going on, and it's the perfect time of the year to kind of jump back in and kind of just get a hold of the league. And we ain't going to talk too much, but I do want to cover some hot topics. Of course, we had all that Ja stuff go down. He's back. LeBron got hurt and injured. He's back. Today's his first game against Chicago. I feel like they lost that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got some, you know, I don't want to call it drama, But in Dallas, Luka, Kyrie, they're not playing as good as they were. I would say, or they never really got rocking for real.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on the recent comments Luka made? I believe he came out and said like he's not having fun. And of course I'm paraphrasing. But any thoughts about that when you kind of link up with somebody new and it doesn't really work out as expected? Like, and you know, if y'all see any hope for them in the Western Conference, they're out of the playoffs right now, which can change. They go on 3-game winning streak. They in the 4th, 5th place. So,
Facts. It's close out there in the West.
Yeah.
I just think that you know, any transaction that late that's not kind of planned out. You know what I'm saying? I think that you kind of taking a gamble, and you know, having Kyrie and Luka, I probably would have took the same gamble as well to see if it may work. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what the success that Jalen Brunson had last year with Dallas, bringing another point guard in, you know, scoring point guard who can do, you know, some of the same things Brunson can do and more, in my opinion. But it's all about chemistry, though. You know what I'm saying? It's about harmonizing together. You know what I'm saying? Not just mixing them together. You know what I'm saying? And now right now it just seems like it's just a mix. It's not a harmony between Maverick squad. But I mean, they got a couple games left to turn things around. The West is super tight. But
and you know, injuries can change anything. I know Paul George went down recently. But I feel he's back. You know, it's not gonna be a long term. Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean.
No, my insiders they told me he good.
Okay, I'm just.
My insiders told me
tapping in with the Clipper Nation
well, we
over
good.
here.
If we're gonna talk about Clipper, we're gonna talk about Kawhi.
Okay. What you?
Sure enough, been cooking.
Anything you want to say about Kawhi? You know, while we on it.
Hey man, I told y'all he'd be ready, but you know what I'm saying. I was worried, I was concerned for a little bit, but lately he ain't really missed no games. Yeah, I was just enjoying cooking.
They 5th place right now.
5th place. They gonna play who they? I think they probably play Phoenix in the first round right now.
Keep in mind with the 5th place, it's like 4th, 5th, and 6th place, 39 wins. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then even with, you know, LA, it's like everything's so close here. Out top, it's no secret that's one of my squads. But I ain't got too much faith in them come postseason. Like I love what they doing. I love their squad, the continuity, Jokic and all that. But come postseason, I don't know.
Man, like the Nuggets, I watched them yesterday. They was playing the Bucks, man, and I ain't gonna front.
2 best teams in the league, right?
Listen, bro, Jamal Murray got his bounce back. He got his step back. He got his back. He looked good. He had 26 yesterday against the Bucks, and I ain't gonna lie though, I am concerned about who holding that 8th seed because that could
they ain't gonna get popped in the first round, will they?
Who?
It could be it could be the Lakers.
Because if they play the Lakers in the first round, that's dangerous, bro.
About the Pels.
They play the Lakers, Dallas, anybody first round is a problem.
And Zion coming back, bro.
Right.
Zion coming back.
The Nuggets are only good if they got bubble Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying?
He been showing bubble.
So if he bubble Jamal Murray, they can get some dubs.
That's his nickname, Bubble Jamal.
Well, only when he bubble Jamal. Like, he got to be on that time. The Grizzlies 2nd place. I feel good about that. They got a good team.
Yeah. They held it down. I feel like they held it down while Ja was out, bro. And then one thing we ain't been talking about, like I thought something that kind of slowed them down was Steven Adams being out. So hopefully they can get him back before playoffs. But they have a good team, man. Shout out to Jaren Jackson Jr. He been looking good lately, bro.
Sure, bro. Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Most definitely.
Ja came back with the Batman mask. Now, I don't know what happened. I ain't seen no nose breaks. Like, I don't know if he got in a scuffle with Steven Adams. You know what I'm saying? Was Steven Adams out for his fist hurt or something?
Man,
like, I don't know what happened, bro, but, like, he came back with the mask and he was killing, man. Like,
he came out the strip club with the dominatrix mask on. I think he forgot. I think he forgot.
I'm playing. That's dominatrix mask for the strip club?
Yeah, I think he forgot, bro.
Because it wasn't no regular mask. It was one of them, like, Phantom of the Opera masks. Like, cuz, we know it's you. Yo, hey, man, I don't know. Maybe, you know, who knows what happened, man. But we got to get our research team on that.
Freak boy.
Yeah, man. He said a dominatrix mask.
I got a question for y'all.
What's that, bro?
Like, regardless of who in that 6th seed, now I'm heavy on the Kings. I like the Kings. I like the way they play.
That's what I'm about to touch on for sure. You know,
hey, yo, man, it's like this so deep in the West. Do y'all think the Kings are going to make it out of the first round, or y'all think it's going to be a first round?
Hell no.
Really?
I mean, they could if it end up being the Warriors. No.
Yeah, man. As of right, yeah. But we like with the Kings. What I will say, remember when Utah was up there, top of the rankings, and then who else? Pelicans was up there. They cement in a spot because they 6 games above that 4th seed.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be top 4 for sure.
I don't want to see anybody
Home court
else.
advantage.
I know this. I don't want to see nobody else in the NBA win Coach of the Year outside of Mike Brown. I think he got that hands down, bro.
Locked.
I think he got a
Nobody's
hands
seen
down.
this coming,
I
bro.
think I agree with that.
Yeah, because like we are like this, the culture of Sacramento Kings basketball over the years hadn't been high, bro. It's always been like, damn, they out the playoffs. But this right here, this is an impressive season, bro. So
impressive, but we all are predicting a first round loss because they
it
could
depends on who they match up with.
But
bro.
if they get the Suns, Clippers, Warriors, Pelicans, they get Pelicans and Timberwolves, they got a shot.
Yeah. But if it's any of them other 3,
What about Lakers? Lakers get up there, no chance.
Nah.
With LeBron coming back, Lakers have been on the road. They finally in the playoffs. They ain't really been in the playoff mix all year. We got the 9th seed right now, for Laker Nation, right? Could Bron mess up that chemistry, or is he gonna catapult them in the right time?
I mean, it's the same thing with like Dallas. Like,
Okay.
and when I'm just comparing when people are just plugged back in or whatever, I think we live in this like microwave generation where they expect that shit to just work
Right away,
and then they don't give it no time. So, like Brian coming back today is obvious that they probably gonna lose. It's adjustments.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't a given that Brian coming back is gonna make them better. I think it make them better for the future, for his next year. But if he's able to come back and click in and they start working right away, it's amazing.
But as far as the playoff run, can he help? And I'm gonna come to you, Jay, because I don't know what you're gonna say.
I'm not expecting him to help right. I don't think he. Do y'all think he like really want to make the playoffs? Because Brian always been against the play in and then start. I don't think he really want to do that.
I think Brian
gotta want to make the playoffs.
I think Brian should like. He should be thanking God for the play-in, because I think if it wasn't no play-in, and we got to talk about where they've been at in the last couple of years, because they didn't make the playoffs. They made the play-in, but the media would have been killing Bron if they was like, yo, LeBron ain't made the playoffs in the last 2 to 3 years, like this, that, and the other. But what I'm going to say is right now is like, I think the Lakers have to solidify AD as the number 1 guy, bro.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, I don't see them moving anywhere, bro. Like anytime Bron out, he in that lineup, he putting up crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Bron's taken away from him. I just think that roles have to be established when you know what I'm saying.
Do AD want the number 1 spot? To me, he give me that feel that he won it long enough to pass it over to somebody else.
And that's been his approach, because every time was like he come back, it's just like, oh, I'll play second fiddle. But it's like, bro, you gotta, if you at this stage in your career, you most definitely in the prime of your career right now. You know what I'm saying? The injury's the only thing that's been holding him back. But you gotta establish, like the same way D Wade kind of gave Bron that shit in Miami. I feel like Bron got to get him in LA right now. You know what I'm saying?
You think that was kind of the way why he stepped back, like? And I heard that he kind of got on AD. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but kind of got on him. And ever since that rumor was out, AD has been playing different.
Playing better.
I don't know what the final box score was, but when I saw it at halftime, Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, and Troy Brown Jr. had all taken more shots than AD. That can't happen.
That can't happen.
That cannot happen, bro. Nah.
That is not what you want. So before we tap out of the West, the Warriors, I feel like they're a viable threat. I just want y'all thoughts on them. Right now they're in 6th place, 39-36. Poised to kind of make a run and get up there, you know what I mean, and have a good playoff run. Do you feel like they're still that impactful team that can win it?
No, you never underestimate the heart of a champion, man.
For sure.
So I think they always can, turn. I think that's what they've been waiting on, honestly, man, because I know it got to be tough for them to get through this 82-game season when they done won 4 championships within the last, I don't know.
That's exactly what it is.
7-8 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know that's hard, man.
They just really count.
So
they just be tired of the regular season.
And then that right there shows that 9-29 road record. That's what that's screaming to me. You know what I'm saying? But they 30-7 at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
That's screaming like we need to get the home court advantage. They are literally half a game out, 1 game out.
I'm just saying this, like, regardless if they that 6th seed, when the playoffs start, I think they're gonna get out of that first round because they just got that championship DNA. I don't think it went nowhere. I think it's just.
I agree with you.
When you won 4 championships, all that, you looking for new motivation, and I think that's what they doing. Like, I don't think they care if they get home court advantage or not. They just want to make it to the postseason
without a play
and look at the situation they're in and look for a journey.
I like that.
I got a prediction.
What's that?
If these seedings stay like they are, right?
We know they won't, but if they
if they do, and they play the Kings in the first round, they get out. They got to play they're gonna have to play the Grizzlies in the second round.
I'm comfortable with that.
I'm not.
You're not?
I think if the Warriors got to play the Grizzlies again, I think this time around they might get them boys. Bro. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I just think that it's been so much going in with them guys, bro. Like this, the Grizzlies might be ready. And Grizzlies playing good basketball right now too.
I can see it happening, man. I want to touch on the East real quick before we get out of here.
Okay,
that's cool. I know that the Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, they've been the usual suspects all year, and the Cavs as well. Have been kind of holding it down. We've seen the Knicks take surges, kind of be that other team that's kind of gonna be around. I feel like, and the Brooklyn Nets still here, still holding it down with the new squad. Mikal Bridges been playing.
He's showing me a whole different bag, bro.
Like, man, I'm him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He don't miss no games. He be balling. Cam, he's played. I like Brooklyn, but I still don't love Ben Simmons. Y'all can't convince me on Ben Simmons yet.
Ben Simmons said he done, didn't he?
I got another prediction, bro. He said done for the season.
Yeah.
He out. They shut him down for the season, but I think within 2 years, Ben Simmons will be playing in the NBL in Australia.
In Australia.
I don't know what's going on, bro.
Trying to take that MVP away from our boy D. Walt. That's what you said?
Man, he's trying.
He trying to take that MVP.
Nah, man, but the East, just talk about the East. Just to talk about these, I don't want to talk about Ben Simmons too much. Cavs, bro. You got to watch out for the Cavs, man. Yeah. And watch out for Evan Mobley. I don't know if y'all been watching, bro, but Evan Mobley been killing. He been on.
You love Evan Mobley, bro.
I've been big on Evan Mobley, bro. But man, I've been watching him the last couple of games, man. He looking good on the offensive end. He always been good on the defensive end, but he passing the ball out of those double teams a little bit more now. Sisters are up.
I feel like, I know I'm just about to go on my own little tear with this.
Go crazy.
But I feel like the Bucks and the Celtics are just too tough for the rest of for anybody else. But I want to see them beat against Joker, man.
No,
he been talking.
Sure.
Did you see him when he said he told Draymond, like, you got that 46 because you said he was the hardest to guard?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's like
Draymond changed the beat of that drum.
I like Embiid's mind frame, bro, and I'm excited to see him in this postseason. But getting through Boston and the Bucks will be tough.
I'm gonna say this much, man. I'm with you, Joe. Like, I piggyback off of what you said about Embiid. I think him and Harden, they've been finding, a chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Of that 2-man game that they've been playing. It's been working for them a lot, along with Maxey and Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
But man, I think Philly, man, I ain't gonna lie.
They could get
to the conference.
Boston.
I think they could get to the conference championship. Only reason I'm saying that because I don't like what's going on in Boston right now with the Jaylen Brown coming out and what he said.
I didn't hear nothing.
So Jaylen Brown was talking about the fans in Boston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think this is a contract year for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that he said it's a amount of Boston fans that are racist. You know what I'm saying? That he think that is disgusting. He said not all of the fans, but he said there's a small amount of the fans that, that be on some bullshit, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And he also brought up Brad Stevens communicating with these other teams about bringing KD in and seeing Tatum and KD work out in the summertime, so he didn't know what the was going on.
He said that too?
Yeah.
And then if you couple that with the fact that, like, people like y'all two think he's actually better than Jason Tatum, but don't get to necessarily shine that Jason Tatum gets.
If there was any argument for that, bro, just look at the numbers from this season. Because Jaylen Brown been cooking, dog. And me personally, I think Jaylen Brown on the defensive end.
Y'all seen him go at it in the All-Star game, too. That was like half play, half like you know what it is.
With me for real, bro. Like,
I've seen him play the ones a couple times, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube.
Bro,
hey, man.
I do think, like, Jaylen Brown, man, I would love to see Jaylen Brown as one,
The head guy.
the one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how this play out. But
my mind's so crazy. I'm thinking about like where would he be good at, but don't even trip. We ain't gonna
I got a couple spots.
What's up? You got him ready? Who you got?
All right, one spot. Don't let him go to Dallas.
Oh,
I think that him in Dallas with Luka would be, you know what I'm saying? That'd be great for him.
Him in Dallas with Luka without Kyrie, or how's it?
I think Kyrie out. I don't think Kyrie's staying in Dallas, bro. I think he either going to LA or Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? That's what's been the rumors. You know what I'm saying? He's going to Phoenix or LA. The shit in Dallas right now don't look good. They look miserable playing with one another right now, though, from what I've seen. But
I ain't really get to speak on that. I just think it's too much pressure for them to come together and automatically start winning.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all putting the pressure on y'all main star Luka, and he like, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all not even giving them the chance to like go through the downs, because even if you like playing with somebody, it's gonna take a minute to get that harmony. You saying to compete against the best? You feel me? Like, like you see how long it took for them in Brooklyn. Like it took them almost. Like the month before they was traded, they was playing the best basketball. Right before they. Yeah. But ever since the Celtics came together and won that chip in 1 year, everybody expect that's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
And it don't happen like that.
Right.
So this East. I mean, I think both conferences, bro. It's like this shit up for grabs, bro. This is
for sure. But the East is more kind of like we feel where it's going, the direction where it's going. Where the West, like we know, it's gonna be one of the top 4 teams to come out the East, and really top 3 is what we feel.
Top.
But we're going to get the Cavs love.
Top 4, yeah.
But in the West, it's like, yo, anybody from 1 to 8 can get it. Yeah. Like, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot
1
of
to like 9.
Yeah, right. 9 or 10.
Yeah.
That's facts,
so it's
bro.
like, the West is still a little more exciting right now, but the East is still just as good. And the champion could come out of the East. Yeah. I can see all that talking the West and then Giannis taking that.
Yeah, Giannis or the Celtics. They still need their first.
Or the Embiid.
Man, hey, since we're on the NBA, man, I got one. So, what happened to Duncan Robinson, bro?
MIA, bro. MIA.
What the hell happened? Like, yo, so the Miami Heat are like one of the worst 3-point shoot teams in the league.
I'm
just trying to figure out like why Duncan Robinson on this contract that he just got maybe 2 years ago.
Contract.
Why he not in the rotation, bro? I was just asking, bro. Just throw that in the air.
They had Matt Strauss getting burned, taking his minutes. Who else? Strauss been playing kind of good, but it's like I feel where you coming from.
Like let him roll out and let him do that somewhere else. Because I feel like Duncan Robinson as a shooter, what we saw in the bubble, he was shooting that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a prolific shooter.
He was 5+. 5+?
5'3". You know what I'm saying? Minus 120 or so. But
that's a great question. You got to ask you guys.
If I'm just my basketball experience, if I'm just thinking about it, I think Duncan Robinson really came down to like. I think Kyle Lowry is getting older, and it's like he's not creating enough pressure on the defense to get somebody like Duncan Robinson, who don't create his own shot, open shots. So it's like, Jimmy Butler is doing most of the creating, but it's still at a 2-3 position pace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and the play-in, so that ain't really working. We ain't really.
They need some young guards over there in Miami.
Some new love, some new, you know what I mean? Some new blood in there. Anything we want to touch on the Pistons before we get out of here and wrap up today? I know, Jimmy Wise been playing good. James Wiseman
has been playing good.
You know what I mean? So we got to show love, to that.
He has been playing good.
But is it at the expense of Jalen Duren, or is it like, I know y'all said they can coexist.
They can.
Okay.
Yeah. For what I saw, I think they can most definitely coexist. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We got a chance to be solid if we make some changes. Because, we got a good draft pick coming up, but it's like.
We don't know if we're going to get 1, 2, 3. I know that the lottery going to be announced, second round of the playoffs. I can't wait for that either. I cannot wait to see who we possibly can get in the lottery, but K's been out. We've been getting a good. You got season tickets. You know what's going on with Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey, yeah.
I heard your thoughts off camera. We don't got shit on camera, but like, is he real? Is he like part of our future? If you're assistant GM,
If I'm assistant GM, it depends what pick we got. Like,
Okay.
if we get the top, what?
Wembanyama.
Is it a lock? I forgot how that draft worked.
What you mean as far as what?
Like, how do we end up getting the top 3 pick?
We have.
Are we locked for the top 3, or we can end up being 6, 7? We can end up being.
It would be some bullshit that happen, but it's like a larger percentage of ping pong balls that's in there. Like I think 25%.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even believe that. I think that's the show. I think they already know.
Me too.
Who get the number 1, number
Spurs,
2,
number 1 pick this year.
Yeah.
Pistons, I'm thinking we're gonna get 2 or 3.
Yeah.
If I had to like.
So I think the better question is, does the NBA think we've been progressing enough as an organization to give us the top 1, 2, or 3 pick? You know what I'm saying? And
please is all I can say to Adam Silver.
Yeah,
we'll get it right. We ain't gonna mess this up. We won't.
How you know we won't? I mean, we not in the room.
I'm not, but I got an inside source. You know what I'm saying? My guy, the GM. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy.
Uh-huh.
So Troy, weave up something real good for us, man. We really need you. You know what I'm saying? We rocking with Troy still or no?
No, I'm rocking with Troy. I like Troy, bro.
So if we get the top, if we get the 1 or 2, if we get 1, who should we pick? And if we get 2, who should we pick? Let's just go there.
Victor Wembanyama.
If we get 1.
Absolutely. You agree to that?
Yeah.
Number 2, Scoop.
So if we get Scoop.
If we get 2, bro.
Mr. Henderson, let's figure it out.
I'm changing. If we get 2, I'm going to say Brandon Miller. Ooh. The only reason because we already got Cade and Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying?
I say log jam it. That's me personally. But go
ahead. Brandon Miller's similar to Cade.
Yeah, but I think he a better shooter than Cade as far as Cade, I think he don't have the ball in his hand a lot. Yeah. I think Brandon Miller can play off of the ball as well.
Facts.
But I would want to, because if we got Scoot, I feel like Scoot and
now
Cade,
we got to figure something out.
You got to figure something out.
Got to shuffle the deck a little bit. Maybe Jaden Ivey doesn't stay put.
So if we get 2, who would y'all take if we got 2?
I say Scoot Henderson.
Take a Scoot?
Absolutely.
I'm
not passing on Scoot.
I'm not.
See that, man?
I like Scoot. I'm a big fan.
Through the history of the NBA drafts, when you pick a guard in those top 3 picks, you usually don't lose.
No, for sure.
True.
So if we get Scoot, then what we doing with Jaden Ivey?
And more importantly, Killian Hayes.
We're gonna fatten them up, man, like some cattle, man.
We're gonna fatten them up and sell them up. Fatten them up.
I know, but I'm just saying, he a good piece, bro. He a good piece.
So y'all think they all could coexist if we had 1, 2, 3, Jaden, Cade, and Scoot? They could all play together.
I can see that, but who gonna be the point guard? Is it gonna be Scoot?
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Casey here and all 3 of them here,
Casey,
we gonna be on this show mad as hell right now. Just heated. What the is going on out there?
Yeah, with Casey, it's like, all due respect. No disrespect, but I have no respect. You know what I'm saying? He got it.
Y'all be saying I'm crazy. He be saying
that's
crazy.
I'm sorry, man. I got love for him, but man, we got to bring some young blood in here, man.
I think it's like where the Pistons stand right now. It's like you got to take a stand on what direction the organization going. Yeah. And if you don't make a decision early on, it's new talent coming every year. You're gonna be confused on which way to go with to choose who to take your organization. Because right now we didn't really make a strong stance with Cade due to I feel like some of our own decisions and him being injured. Then we got Ivy, and it's like we were playing Ivy. Also, we was playing with the light-skinned boy from overseas,
Killian
Hayes, plus Corey Joseph,
and we 16-58.
Right, and you know what I'm saying? So, we could have just gave all the young talent the ball and did whatever for 16-58.
Hell yeah!
Thank you. That's why I feel like
winning percentage on Cleveland.
What are y'all doing?
I would much rather have our young boys getting all the burn and lose like that. That's a good point.
A la Houston.
So yeah,
but that's how I know they don't know where they're going. They trying to play like they trying to win, but when they set up to try to win and they don't win, they can't act like they was trying to win. Because now people got to get fired.
Yeah, we for sure.
Don't let Houston get the number 1 pick, bro.
Why not?
Because I think that's be dangerous. I think that if that young talent, bro, if they got Wembanyama, bro, that should be crazy, bro. Yeah, that should be wild down there.
Wembanyama.
I say Houston and Charlotte because if Melo get Wembanyama, I think that'd be scary as well. You talk.
And Michael Jordan is talking about selling the team.
If Melo get
and you know what happened when you buy a new team.
Man,
you know what happened. You buy a new team,
for sure.
You know what happened. So
sure.
somebody might want to put, but I think he going to Texas too.
Yeah,
but he going to San Antonio.
I don't want to see him down there.
Me neither.
Bro.
But you know, this is my opinion.
I think if Pop don't get the number 1 pick, he gonna retire.
Yeah, he like I'm done with it.
I think it's a wrap, bro.
All right, man. Well, just like that, I think it's a wrap for the show too. I feel like we covered everything. Is there anything we ain't touched on that we needed to?
Nah, man. Just shout out to all the players, all the high school players this season, man. All the seniors. Good luck to you on your journey.
Oh, for sure.
All the classmen that are returning for next year. Man, put that work in on the off season, man. It's go time right now. Season over with.
Off season coming. All-Star game.
Good luck to you guys in AAU. We gonna be tapped in. We about to turn up, man.
Yeah, let's get it, man. It was a great season. Congrats to all who played this year, the seniors who ended this year. Champions. It was a pleasure watching y'all. Facts. We only going to get better every year. We got new and exciting things to come. And we going to just be locked in, tapped in, man.
Hey, man, just so you know, Uncle Smooth raised my big dogs. You feel me? Ron B. name heavy in the streets. R.I.P. to my guy, man. Hey, no, but, hey, first off, Athlazon Award Show. We ain't giving y'all the official name for it, but we got our own version of the ESPYs coming. We're going to award players that need recognition. We're going to do it for basketball, but we want to do it for football and stuff next season, too. Yeah. So it's like we tapping in. We taking over.
Not need recognition, earn recognition.
Y'all
earned it. You feel me?
Earn, not given, man. Yeah. So I want to give a big up to all the players just like they did. Champions, Ferndale, Cass, Flint Beecher. Munising. Yeah. Munising, turn up, Munising. I'm going to be out there, you know what I'm saying, do some comedy, you know what I'm saying? Man. No, I'm not. But, hey, man, but yeah, tap in with us, man. This Athlazon's on. We no blood, no foul. NBA, we covering that heavy. We ain't stopping.
Y'all troll.
We signing out. And if you want to interview with us, tap in. We got a lot of interviews scheduled.
We about to go live, too. Tap in.
You got to get